Hello all. Today I'm going to give a short lecture on what is master production schedule, what is the process flow for the master production, creating a master production schedule, and what Oracle SCM Cloud products are being used to create a master production schedule in a discrete manufacturing environment or a company. Master production schedule is part of the production planning process, and it mainly answers the three questions. The first question is, what products needs to be produced, correct? And what quantity you want to produce in a bucket. The bucket can be a week or a monthly bucket based on whatever the company wants to choose. And when you want to produce, in which bucket you want to build that product. That product can have one level of bills of material or n number of bills of material. It doesn't matter, right? So master production schedule will give you a end-to-end production scheduling on a weekly or a monthly basis. Most of the companies use on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, that this is the product which I want to produce and this much quantity, and even in this machine, and even in this resource. So they even go to that level of detail, right? So do you want to create a production schedule, you need to have a master production schedule. So this is how a master production schedule looks like, right? So the master production schedule gives you a starting inventory, which is how much inventory you have on hand, which includes in your shop floor, in your inventory warehouse, and other locations. What is your sales forecast? What is the forecast which your sales team has shared with the planning team, right? How much quantity you want to produce, and what will be the ending inventory once you make that product, build that product. So this is a very, very high level table view of how a MPS looks like. In Oracle Supply Planning Cloud, you can create a table which you can make something similar to it with more details, right? So this is how a MPS looks like, and why it is important in a manufacturing environment, right? So every time the sales comes back with, hey, this is the forecast which I want to sell, and this is my product. These are the products which I'm responsible to sell, and this is what I'm planning to sell in the next quarter or next few quarters, right? So that is a forecast. And once the sales order comes in, the sales order is going to consume the forecast, right? So you really need to have a master production schedule which ties between the demand, which is your sales order and forecast, with the supply. And the supply will be the components which you need to produce, you need to use to build the product, which can come from a supplier or a contract manufacturer, or can be an outsourced outside manufacturing process. So how do you look at the supply and the demand, and how do you balance that? That's what it is, master production schedule. Master production schedule helps you to answer that question, balancing between supply and demand. Okay. So this is a pictorial view of the steps involved in creating a master production schedule. The first step is defining the products. Like I mentioned earlier, what products you are going to build it. And this can be a new product or maybe a new version of an existing product. So whatever it may be. So you define what products you need to produce, and the product management team comes up with the forecast on about how much products they plan to sell in the quarters. So this is the setup you will do in the product lifecycle management, product data hub, Oracle product data hub, where you define the products and you activate the product. Then you set up the lead time. In the lead time is mainly what are the components I need to build product, as well as how long does it take to build the product, including the components. Sometimes if you are sourcing the component from a supplier, there is a lead time involved in it, right? So you need to capture all those lead times, as well as a production lead time, as well as transit lead time, which is from your warehouse to customer or your supplier to warehouse. You define all of that in global order promising, in the manage transit lead time page. The third step is you want to find out how much you need to produce. So this is where Supply Planning Cloud comes into picture, which helps you once you have the sales orders, you have the forecast. When you run the supply plan is going to spit out a master production schedule, and it is going to give you details about how much quantity you need to produce, what are the production resource which you are going to use, and when is it going to be started, right? All those details. So troubleshooting is when supply planning cloud is going to give you exceptions that, hey, there is a sales order, and but I won't be able to build this product on time because of these exceptions. So troubleshooting is a process where you can look at the exceptions and solve it, try to solve it. And once you solve those exceptions, you rerun the plan to create the master production schedule, which you publish to production scheduling cloud. In production scheduling, you will have a daily bucket of what product to produce, when to start, when to stop, what are the manufacturing resources, what are the production resources which are going to be used to build the product. So that level of details you will see in production scheduling cloud. In MPS, it'll be little bit more on a high level. It'll be a weekly bucket or a monthly bucket. You will have a high level view of what product you're going to build. In production scheduling cloud, you will have a production schedule, which is a daily, which gives you the daily picture of what needs to be produced. Okay. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.